There was a moment in American business when one name rattled boardrooms: John D. Rockefeller. He wasn't just rich, he engineered the most efficient oil machine of his era, Standard Oil. Discipline, secret deals, and brutal cost control powered margins. Admirers said methodical, enemies said monopolist. Both were right. Here is how a boy from chaos built a monopoly and left the breakup richer. Rockefeller's beginnings were austere. Born 1839, steadied by his mother's faith, shaken by his father's vanishing acts. Devil Bill sold miracle cures under aliases. Gifts appeared, yet heat and food still ran short. Responsibility arrived early. John balanced school and farm work, tracked every cent, found peace in order. At 16, he left school to support the household and landed a junior bookkeeping job. The office became his first classroom. Suppliers, payables, margins, timing, and the rhythm of cash. He celebrated his hiring forever as job day. Small pay, but compounding skill and judgment were huge. When downturn hit, duties shifted to him. He didn't panic, he planned for independence. With Morris Clark, he launched a produce firm that rode Union wartime demand to healthy profits. A brighter flame flickered from Pennsylvania. Crude oil refined into kerosene, brighter and cheaper than whale oil. Chemist Samuel Andrews's sulfuric acid purification made kerosene cleaner, consistent, and ready to scale. Rockefeller saw the choke point, not drilling but refining, the controllable step everyone else must traverse. In 1865, he bought out Clark, doubled down on refining, and stopped chasing wells. He was building rails for certainty. Master the process and you control the market's pulse. Standard Oil took shape. Rockefeller recruited Henry Flagler, devout, relentless, and warlike in business. Together, they attacked transport cost with secret railroad rebates in exchange for guaranteed, predictable volume. Rivals paid list price on the same tracks. Standard shipped cheaper, cut retail, and outlasted pain. Competitors matched price and bled. When they folded, Standard expanded capacity, talent, and reach. Legal then? Yes. Fair, debatable, effective, devastating. Cost leadership became a flywheel. Next came the South Improvement Company, clandestine alliance with major railroads for massive rebates and drawbacks. Rumors exploded, protests erupted, tracks were torn up, producers boycotted. The deal collapsed in weeks. Fear remained. Rockefeller pivoted from back rooms to public consolidation with the Cleveland Massacre. In 6 weeks, he acquired or neutralized most local refineries, absorbing the best operators. Upgrades followed: new equipment, tighter workflows, lower unit costs, higher yields, tighter control. Then came the panic of 1873. Demand collapsed. A barrel sold for less than water. Standard survived on working capital, modern plants, and ruthless cash discipline. Crisis became a clearance sale. Rockefeller bought capacity in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and New York, rolling assets into one operating system. He reduced railroad dependence by threading pipelines, arteries moving crude in and product out. Maps started to look like tentacles. The nickname the Octopus stuck, along with margin advantage. War with railroads followed when Pennsylvania Railroad's Tom Scott moved into refining. Rockefeller canceled traffic, cut prices, and pushed other lines to slash rates for everyone. Profitable freight dried up, layoffs spread, strikes turned violent, cities burned. Scott never recovered. The truce brought guaranteed standard traffic in exchange for deep concessions and shipment data. Visibility plus margin equals power. Rockefeller undercut with precision and kept his refineries humming. Meanwhile, advisor Frederick T. Gates professionalized investments and targeted the Mesabi Iron Range. Rich ore near rails threatened Steel King Andrew Carnegie with a supply squeeze. A contract locked Carnegie into Rockefeller's ore and railroads while competitors fought scarcity. Financier J.P. Morgan assembled U.S. Steel, the first billion-dollar corporation, Rockefeller took stock. The automobile era arrived. Gasoline, once waste, became a growth engine for refining economics. Secrecy had a cost. Journalist Ida Tarbell exposed rebates, intimidation, and political influence. Public sentiment flipped. Theodore Roosevelt wielded antitrust law with unprecedented force. In 1911, the Supreme Court ruled Standard Oil a monopoly and ordered dissolution into many firms. On paper, the octopus was cut apart. In practice, Rockefeller owned large slices of the offspring. Markets repriced the parts. Competition clarified value. His holdings soared instead of sinking. The breakup meant as punishment minted him even richer. Efficiency was redistributed, not destroyed. The paradox defines trust-busting economics. Remove the web. Reveal valuable parts the market rewards. With business conquered, Rockefeller scaled the identity he practiced from his earliest wages, donor. In 1913, the Rockefeller Foundation launched with Gates and John D. Rockefeller Jr. It funded public health campaigns against hookworm, malaria, and meningitis, and modernized medical training. It poured resources into education, schools, scholarships, and major research universities worldwide. His ledger left two legacies: consolidation that forced modern antitrust and philanthropy that saved lives. How should we read him? Builder of systems, monopolist demanding reform, donor with enduring endowments. The constant was method. Choose the choke point, master cost, scale proof, and leverage downturns. For operators today, own the bottleneck, distribution, data, or infrastructure, and earn it with reliability. Design margins to survive the worst price. Resilience is strategy. Cash buys time and options. Integrate where risk demands control. Partner where others excel. Document results into reusable assets. Winners still control the choke point, compound proof, and protect margins. Comment, next MOGUL for Carnegie.